Hello there, and welcome to the second episode of the Chouigui Pass campaign in Tank Warfare Tunisia. So in the first episode we had a very interesting tank battle that took place in basically this area over here. If you've not watched this, please do. I think it was a very good fight. But now we have a little issue here. We have another battle on our hands, and available to us is only our little Recon group, and they have already taken losses in the first battle, and they are up against a so far unknown enemy force. A force that is most likely, well, completely fresh. So I honestly expect to lose quite heavily here, and my scouts will either die or they will be dispersed. Either way, I think I'm losing them for this campaign. But we'll try. We'll give it a try. I will see if I can use my scouts to figure out what we are up against and then retreat them off the battlefield. Something like that. However, I fully believe this will be a quite short episode. Let's see what we can do here. Now, since this will most likely be a short episode, I think I will actually take the time and talk you through the deployment phase, something that I usually do off-screen because, well, it takes long. So, first of all, before I deploy units, I have a look at the battlefield area. Are there any terrain features? For example, like here we have a little bit of concealment due to this vegetation here. It can be used to hide units a little bit. This is some battlefield damage from the first battle, I think. By the way, if we look over here, can we see... No, it's just off the rendered area. The area where the last battle, the first tank battle took place, is over here, on the other side of this farm. So we cannot actually see the wrecks right now. Shame, really. So, what can we use here? Okay, we see that the area has the Tyne River, which is mostly dried out. We might be able to use this here to move our units around stealthily. Well, at least for some time. That could allow me to get some units. Also, there's this creek over here. This creek could also help me to get some units into the enemy area without exposing them too much. Then, how is the enemy area composed? We can see that these hills, it looks almost as if they have trenches, but this is just... Yeah, okay, this is just the terrain. Interesting terrain formation, I have to say. This looks like a road leading up into the hills. And the creek actually runs parallel to it. That could be used, maybe. Enemies were present in these tree lines in the previous battle. They had some mortars and machine guns up here. Don't know if that will be the same this time. I think maybe that enemy group was forced to retreat after the first battle. This creek could be used by us. And this creek is actually going in between these hills. And there is a forested area almost. Units could hide very well in here. Okay. Up here, on top of the hill, we have what looks to be a little hut and a little mosque. Is it labeled? Sidi Selman. Okay, that's that. Interesting. Oh yeah, and if you look at the map, yeah, I think the enemy group that we faced in the previous battle that was armed with machine guns and mortars, I think they were forced to retreat. But there's a fresh group stationed up here on Sidi Selman that will be attacking us. Now that we had a look at the battlefield area, let's have a quick look at our units. So here we have our anti-air half-track. with 5 people on board. 4 of those are wounded actually. So we can't expect too much from them. Also, the ammunition is quite low. Okay, especially the 37mm ammunition has been depleted quite considerably. We have still a lot of 50 cal. 1000 rounds of 50 cal. That can still do some damage. What else do we have? This poor guy. The vehicle was abandoned. So he's completely alone. He is completely out of ammunition as well. So I don't know what I'm going to do with you. And what is this? This vehicle is still intact. We have 4 people in it. 2 of those are wounded. But we still have the 50 cal and it does have a lot of ammunition still. So that's something. Can I maybe take this guy? And maybe once I start a battle, mount him on this vehicle? Maybe, just maybe. So I think I actually want to start my guys on this flank over here, from where they can retreat easily if required. Yeah, start like this. You start here and you start here. And let's just see if we can make this work. So, before we start the battle. Now, I was asked if I could maybe explain the deployment phase a little bit. What can you do here? What do you need to pay attention to? So I already mentioned a few things. Pay attention to the terrain. Think of a basic plan that you want to conduct and position your troops accordingly. That's the main thing that you do here. Also, I think many people don't know what these things mean. So these boxes, this basically indicates where you can place units. Now the inner box, what you see here in dark orange or here in bright yellow, that tells you how much concealment is in this area. So for example, here the guy is standing completely out in the open. He will be seen very easily. In this area, he has a little bit of concealment. If we put him in this area, it is already harder to see him. He is quite well hidden. Yellow is even better. He is well hidden. Yeah. And the best is of course green, which we don't have here, I think. No green. So that's the meaning of this. Then what do these arrows mean, these blue ones? This shows you how good the visibility is from this position in each direction. So for example, if I place this guy here, he won't be able to see far towards this direction because these, what are these? Cacti? Do you say cacti? I think yes. So they are blocking the view, he can't see very far. But in this direction, oh yes, he can see very far. So, this gives you, at a short glance, already an idea of how good the visibility is. And if you use this one up here, it will adapt to what you select. So for example, crouching troops, he will see crouching troops still quite well in that area. Alright. Now what else? Some squares have this orange outline. You see this here. This basically means that in this area your troops can't entrench. So if your troops are passive for a few turns, they will be able to entrench, dig foxholes, dig trenches. They can't do this if they are placed in these areas. Red means you can't place vehicles or heavy weapons in this area. And that's basically all I got to say about this. Yeah. Other than that, as I said, make a plan in your head about what you want to achieve, position your forces accordingly. Do take the time to check the sightlines of your forces if you want to, for example, use anti-tank guns and you want to make sure that they can actually hit the enemy make sure that you position them in a way where they can really see. If you only look from this perspective, you might not notice that there's a rise in the terrain that prevents them seeing anything. So keep that in mind. Now, with that said, what else can you do? Yeah, there are a few buttons here. Most important, take positions. So if you have infantry and you place them close to a building, for example, and you activate this, then once you start the battle, they will be automatically placed inside that building or inside the trench. The tooltip basically tells you everything. So that's an important button. And yeah, act with caution. Also the tooltip explains the whole thing. And what else? You can set fire sectors. But it's something that I use sometimes. I don't use it as often as I maybe should. But basically this allows you to define an area. And this unit will only fire at enemies that enter this area. It's very useful for AT guns, for example, if you want to set up an ambush. Alright. Now, with that all set, I think let's finish the deployment. There we go. Here you can give the initial orders. Initial orders phase basically means I can now go and I can give orders to my units. That way, I'm not spending any command points. While if I do that during the battle, it will cost command points. Right now, it won't cost a thing. So let me just check something really quick. I could order this guy to mount up. That's possible. I'm quite uncertain about how excuse me, about how this guy will act once I start the battle. Since he's completely or almost completely out of ammunition and he's on his own. Oh yeah, he's completely out of ammunition. He might just retreat immediately. I don't know. I could try to order him up this little creek. I could do the same with the crew of this half-track. Now what, you guys dismount and we'll see from there. Let's see what happens. So he's not immediately running away. I think I will actually use him as a recon unit. I want you to move slow, but you will stay hidden while you move. Oh, not executed. Yeah, I don't have enough command points. Why don't I have enough command points? Basically, my command situation here is pretty garbage. The unit commander, he has no contact to any kind of company commander, for example. So I'm having trouble with the command points. The growth rate in minute is very low. And you see, simply a basic order actually costs quite a lot. So I won't be able to give out too many orders here. Oh, green flare up ahead. That means enemy movement. By the way, if you use the tab key, then you can bring up a little selection here, which you can zoom in or out with your mouse wheel, and that's basically the binocular view. And if I use it zoomed out, well, it's less of a binocular view. Many people don't know that little trick. So far I can't see any movement. So now I have enough command points. I will order this guy up this creek. Yeah, he will now get into the creek and will follow it. Same thing with, where are you? Two guys got out of the vehicle. I can select one of them individually. Okay. The other one is with the vehicle. Okay, in that case, can I do the following? I'll select you and I will... No. Not that way. Maybe, yeah, that could work. Okay, you two guys, you go together. And you will move covertly. You will move in a column formation, normal spread, one line. Works for me. Move up there together. The vehicles will stand by to maybe extract them if necessary and if possible. Please don't die. At least one of you guys is armed with a Thompson. No, that's not a Thompson. What is this? M14? What kind of weapon do you have? M1 carbine. That's it. Not quite sure what they're doing at the moment. Let me try this again. Okay, you guys are not moving exactly where I wanted you to move. So let's try the following. You will first move to here. And then from here on, you will move to there. That should work. And give me the desired result. Yes. And let's speed up the time. Now, I suspect that not much will happen for a while these guys move up this little creek. And hopefully, the enemy won't kill them immediately. Until something happens, I think I'll cut the video here. Oh no. No, I won't. Stop right there. Enemy tanks. That's a Panzer III and a Panzer II. I'm pretty sure... Who launched a flare? Oh my god, why did you launch a flare? Stay hidden, please. Everybody stay hidden. Okay. So, I think this is mission accomplished. We know what we are up against. There are enemy tanks. At least 2. Now I could try... I'm pretty sure that's a Panzer III. Yeah. I think it is. We could try to gather more information on the enemy. Is it only those 2 tanks? Are there more? What are we up against? Is there infantry with them? I feel like I need more information, but I also feel that I should keep these vehicles well hidden on this downslope. Very well hidden. Also, you should get in the vehicle. Just so that we can pull out at a moment's notice if required. Okay, the tanks are moving that way. Which means you two don't stay cautious. Why are you staying cautious? It's because I ordered this guy to stay cautious, right? Okay, never mind. You two guys, I want you two to continue our original plan. Oh, there's the wreck of our vehicle that we lost in the last battle. The little scout vehicle. I want you two guys to continue up the creek, at least for a while. And to see if you can spot anything more than this.
Contact me.
Okay, enemy tanks are on the move. But they're not moving in our direction. I don't think that they can see us. I'd still feel better if you guys moved down there. Yeah, that's good. Okay, something is happening. They just launched smoke. For whatever reason. Why did you guys launch smoke? Do you feel threatened? They might not be aware that they are up only against such a small force that can't really harm them. And considering that their huge tank force was obliterated in the last battle, that was epic, it's understandable. It's very understandable that they are cautious. And they are moving away. So if they're moving away, I think I will move these two guys up to this road. Yeah, you continue your patrol. Maybe don't come out of the creek. Ah, shortcut. Shortcuts kill a lot of people. That's shooting. Who is being shot at? What's going on? I don't think the tank would have been able to spot these two. Oh yeah, he would. Absolutely he would. Or at least somebody spotted them. Not necessarily the tank. Enemy infantry. Oh yes, the enemy has infantry in the area. Okay, you guys. Change of plans, we are getting out of here. Move fast to there. And then move fast to your vehicles. And we will get the hell out of here. That's the plan for now. You are in no shape to fight the enemy. Especially not well-armed enemy infantry with machine guns. That's simply not happening. So we are getting out of here. We are aborting this mission.
Eyes and ears open!
Yes, absolutely, but please do hurry up if you can. That would be lovely. Because I believe the enemy infantry will be coming after... Oh my god, something just fired. Okay. We have some shooting. I might have to bring up the half-tracks to pick these guys up without them being shot to pieces. Also, the tank deployed more smoke. They must be really afraid of something. Enemy infantry shooting. But I don't know from where exactly. There's movement. Enemy infantry on the move. Okay, and they have eyes on these two guys. I don't know where the second enemy tank is. That's the thing that worries me right now. But let's just try this really quick. I think I can drive this half-track up to this position without exposing it to too much risk. So let's do just that. Yeah, let's rescue these two guys. This thing is getting ready to pound somebody. I will actually move it up here from where it can cover. Oh, it's already beginning to cover. Oh yeah, there's a lot more enemies in the area. Okay, the half-track is moving up fast to pick up the guys. They are still alive, that's good. Get this thing turned around and into position. Yeah, that's right. Now, you guys, mount up. Mount up fast. Let's get out of here. Oh yeah, give him hell.
Watch out!
Okay, the enemy has gone to ground apparently. Now I'm still waiting for one guy. Hurry up, come on. There he comes.
We have contact!
Oh yes. Go give him hell.
Enemy sighting!
Come on, do it again. Nothing? Yes, awesome. I wouldn't want to face this thing. This is a murderous weapon. 37mm gun and the 250 cals.
Stay frosty.
Okay. But you know what? Our main objective here is to get these guys out. I think, yeah, they are all in. Let's get them out of here. While the AA half-track will provide some covering fire, if necessary. Nice. Please don't fire while this thing is crossing your line of fire. Oh, no it won't. Okay. Okay. Let's get these guys out of here. Yeah, we have a lot of enemy units in this area. Now, let me pause this for a moment. How does this game do retreats? Basically, step 1, get as far away from the enemy as possible. Get into a position from where you can retreat easily. So, if you are at the edge of the map, that's a good thing. Because what this game will do is it will take a look at your forces, see how far they are away from the enemy, and then calculate if you are taking losses during the retreat or not. Now, with me being already here on the border, I think I could actually order a retreat right now, but I want to see if maybe I can get to this area down here. That would be even better. But I have to check if maybe the tanks will get a shot at me then. Something that I wouldn't like. So, let's see. Can these two guys... First of all, can they cross this creek? I think they can. But can they stay low enough that they are not targeted by the enemy tanks? I believe that it is possible to do so. This will be a problem. This area right here. They could get stuck in this area very easily. Yeah. It's risky. It's very risky. If I get them to this area, what then? Let me have a look. Well, I don't have to get them quite that far. I have to get them to this area here. Yeah, there's the border of the battlefield. If I can get them in here, they are good to go. Basically, if I get them into this little depression, this is the goal, to get them into this depression here. Okay, so let's actually do that. I will order them to move up here. No, actually, move up here. Then afterwards, move to here. And from there on, you will get further orders. But it's important that you start to move now. And movement has priority over shooting. Please don't fire right now. This is always scary. Okay. What about moving? Come on. Get moving. Oh my god. Yes. Very scary. But they're causing some losses to the enemies, so that's a good thing. Are they shooting a mortar? Very possible. Okay, you know what, guys? Let's get out of here, please. Oh yes, they are shooting a mortar. Get out of here. Oh no. That's not looking good. Don't get stuck, don't get stuck. Come on, come on. Good engine. Very good engine. Enemy tank over there. Fighting retreat. I like it. But please, get down here if you can. Please don't get killed by the enemy tanks. Also, I will have to give them more orders to stay low, I think, because these enemy tanks are looking scary. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of this thing. And they still haven't opened up with their 50 cals. I'm debating whether I should order them to hold fire and to just drive. These tanks are moving, yeah, they're moving this direction basically, so let's actually do that. Hold fire. Please just move. Yeah, you're still set to be cautious. I will want to disable that. But now that I have disabled fire at will, I think that they will prioritize moving over shooting. So they'll just try to get out of here. Okay, so far so good. So far so good indeed. Okay, your next movement will be to... where am I exactly on the map? Okay, this is the corner. Here, okay. Hey, you know what? If you can get into this depression, that's good enough. They're reaching their first waypoint, but they do have enemy tanks coming at them. And damn it, this will be extremely dangerous.
Caution!
Get a move on, come on.
Enemy spotted!
Thankfully, these things, they have a decent speed, as you can see. Very decent off-road speed. So that should help. Well, the AA half-track of course is a lot heavier. By the way, you do only have high explosive ammunition, right? No, you also have armor-piercing ammunition for that 37mm. Not a lot though. Nah, let's just try to get out of here. We might have caught... That was a tank shell. Damn it, guys, drive, 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 drive. Oh yeah, this will be the dangerous part. Crossing this area up here. The Panzer III has us in his sights, I believe. But you know what? Better the Panzer III than the Panzer II. The Panzer II is actually more dangerous to us at this point, I believe. Because the fast-firing 2cm autocannon, well, he'll be able to walk in the fire. The Panzer III might struggle to hit.
Enemy ahead!
Keep moving. What are you doing? Ah, you think you are free to open up on them. No, you're not. Get a move on. Don't shoot.
Enemy incoming!
This is like the worst possible moment that you could have picked. And now you are stuck. Why are you doing this to me? And I am out of command points. Oh, there you go.
Enemy approaching!
Come on, turn around and go. Get up to speed and drive, just drive. Get out of here. So, what have we discovered? We discovered a tank force consisting of one Panzer III and one Panzer II. And the enemy also has some infantry armed with at least one mortar. That's useful information for us. I think our scouts have done a terrific job. And it will be now time for us to get them out of here. Yeah, you know what? This is good enough. So, how do you actually order a retreat? Well, you press escape and here it is, withdraw. This will start a timer. Oops, a timer, 30 seconds. So my guys have to survive for 30 more seconds. Then the battle will end and the results will be calculated. Oh my god, we have another enemy tank. And this one's on the hill.
Enemy sighted!
That looks like a Panzer III. Oh, we are so lucky that we got out just in time. With that guy up on the hill, he would have been able to nail us anywhere. Okay, casualties. We killed one German. Well, that's something. And if we look at the battlefield, yeah, okay, we did not gather enough information on any enemies to see them right now. So this is pointless. Let's just return to the operation phase and see what happens. And there we go. And look at that, we managed to retreat our recon group successfully. So they are now up here. And we have identified the enemy force. It is an infantry battle group, but they are augmented by at least 3 tanks, we know so much. Yeah, so that was turn number 2. Let us actually go ahead and finish this turn and see what happens. We are now entering turn number 3. So this is the historical situation as it was in the afternoon of the 26th of November 1942. Tanks of B Company opened fire from the right flank of the German forces, and 12 tanks of A Company attacked in the center. Self-propelled guns continued to fire, taking new positions in a grove. In the meantime, the German tanks managed to reorganize into battle formations and went into a frontal attack. While the A Company was deterring the attacking German tanks, B Company enveloped the enemy and, taking them in the rear, opened effective fire, knocking out several tanks. Yeah, that's what happened in real life. So the 190th Tank Battalion, Gruppe Witzig, they attacked down the road and deployed to engage A Company that was coming at them basically. At the same time, the self-propelled guns opened fire from here. Oops, didn't want to do that. B Company managed to get around the enemy and, well, basically get into their flank and shoot them in the side and caused quite a lot of losses. At the same time, A Company took a lot of losses. But the enemy tanks, so the German tanks, they were forced to retreat. That was the historical situation. As you have seen, didn't want to do that. As you have seen in the previous battle, that's not what happened for us. Actually, it was the other way around. The enemy attacked B Company and A Company was able to flank the enemy and envelop them. So, alright, we are still in possession of the key points. That's the important part. And we have units digging in. That's also useful. Now, we know of at least 2 enemy formations, these 2 battle groups, and we are in turn number 3, so we have 2 more turns to maybe attempt to capture Coxon Farm up here. We will have reinforcements from C Company next turn. Do I want to do this now? By the way, did we take further losses here, or did everybody manage to get out? Okay. So the Recon platoon. Commander APC is still there. The one guy from the scout vehicle that survived is still there, and the anti-air half-track is also still available. So everybody managed to get out because we retreated close to the edge of the battlefield. That's why I should always try to retreat in an orderly fashion, if possible. Okay. Now, I want to take out these tanks. A Company, they are in good shape. I think I will have them engage this enemy force, together with the battalion HQ. Oh no, didn't want to do that. No, you stay there. The HQ, what do you have? You guys have 1 tank and the self-propelled guns are in this group, of which we still have 2. No, the self-propelled guns are in this group. Wait, what? Oh no, okay, this is only the battalion HQ. My bad. Okay, 1 tank. Okay, I will have A Company attack towards this enemy group. And let's hope that we can take them out. I want to destroy them. B Company and our self-propelled guns together with the Recon. I think you guys will attack the farm up here. I might want to move B Company up on this hill to allow them to fire onto the farm effectively. I could also just move them in. I think that's what I want to do to make sure that we get an engagement here. Actually, that's the first thing that I want to do. Undo the changes. This button is always useful. Doing the planning. So what I'll do is I'll use B Company and they will move first. They will advance onto this area and attack Coxon Farm. The half-tracks, they will... You know what? This is actually a good position for them up on the hill, from where they will be able to rain down high explosive shells onto the farm. So let's move them up here. Recon will stay in place. They will be able to support. A company is going to attack across the river here. And hopefully, together with the HQ company, take out the enemy tanks. Alright. That's my plans for the next turn. So let's go and see what happens. Okay, we have actually taken the key point without a fight. The enemy was not present at Coxon Farm. I believe they were more or less about to move there. A company is attacking, and it looks like we will have another battle where we have to take care of our scouts. But my scouts, well, this time they will have some tank support, so I pity these fools. But this here, this is something for next week. We will play this battle in the next episode. So, although today's episode was not filled with death, slaughter and destruction as much as other episodes, I think it still gave some insight into recon operations. And I hope it was interesting. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on future episodes, which will be more action-packed, I can assure you of that. And have a great week. See you next time. Goodbye.